Hey everyone, it's Mel, and today I'm going to take you with me to plant this beautiful girl here, the limelight hydrangea. It is approaching fall. In my area, New York Zone 7B, we have cooled down so much. We're now in the low 60s and the highest is like the low 70s. But it's still a great time to plant your plants. Here's why. 3 reasons. 1, you want them to start to establish their roots. Now is the time to do that. We don't care about what's happening up here, right? We want the roots to become established, so we don't need to worry about anything that's going on in the top half of the soil. Just get their roots established because they're gonna go to sleep really soon, right? So even though she has a really beautiful show now, I might cut off just a couple of blooms so that all of the plant's energy will go down to the roots. Let's get them established before winter sets in and before the ground freezes over. 2, like what I did last year, you don't want to worry about them wintering over properly in the nursery pot. The nursery pots, some of them are like really thin and don't really provide enough coverage, especially if you're in a really cold zone like I'm in. So it's better to put your plants in the ground before winter, before we freeze, than to leave them in a nursery pot. I had a grouping of plants last winter on my patio and I just kept worrying about them. Are they gonna make it through the winter? I lost a couple. So I'm learning my lesson this year. All of my plants that I have that I got late in the season on sale, I'm gonna get them in the ground. 3 and final, when they wake up in the spring, they will already be established and you will have nice, healthy, big blooms. You know, I love big blooms to introduce to your garden. So 1, let's get the roots going, get them established. 2, I mean, unless you have like a greenhouse, which I don't have yet, you won't have to worry about them wintering over. And 3, they'll be ready for you to go in the spring. So, all right, let's get this girl in the ground. I'm gonna show you the one thing we're gonna use, because again, we don't want the growth up top. We're not worrying about this. We just wanna focus on her roots. So the one thing that we need to get her in the ground, the only one thing we're gonna use to focus on the roots, let's get going. I'll show you what that is. we're all done. Look, we got her in the ground so quickly and so fast. Now, as you saw, I cut off just a few of her blooms, the ones that were really big and already starting to brown. But I left some of the little ones here, some of the little girls. Let's take a look. So I can still like enjoy a little bit until she goes to sleep. But when she wakes up next spring, her roots are going to be strong and she's going to be ready to go. She's going to give a really nice show back here next to my firelight hydrangea. It's going to be a great show. And mostly I just want to hide some of this the weeds that are coming up back here. I want something that is strong, reliable, and hydrangeas are really strong and really reliable. They're not really fussy about their soil, although some prefer a more acidic soil. But so long as you feed them once when they wake up or right before they wake up, and I like to do a second feed throughout the summer, maybe like in June or July when the blooms start really coming in, because limelight, they bloom slower than, say, for example, the Incredible Alts, which I have a hedge there. They bloom a little slower, so they'll be ready to go. I'm so excited. I had her for about a week sitting in the pot, and every day I had to water, like every day. So I was like, you know what, let me get her in the ground and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So we got her in the ground only with biotone, because again, we want to just focus on the roots. Watered her in, got her mulched. She's set. I don't have to come back here. Well, I'll have to come back to water her because she's new and getting established, and I don't have drip all the way back here yet, but I will soon. So we're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and yeah, take care. Thanks for hanging out with me.